I can't tell you how many times I have given out the recipe to this Poblano Corn Chowder. Let's see if I can. Such a crowd pleaser. It's such a crowd pleaser. It has even gotten first place in both a chowder cook-off and a chili cook-off. I just passed it off as a white chili because there's chilies in it, right? And because I'm creative, well, you know, when you're creative, people will let you get away with anything. Hi, my name is Stevie Lynn, and welcome to Food and Thoughts, where I make food and I have thoughts. When I walked into my local co-op, which specializes in local produce and local products from Virginia, North Carolina, and South Carolina, I was surprised and delighted to see that they had corn, bicolor corn, this stuff. And I thought, oh my gosh, I get to make Poblano Corn Chowder. I was so excited because normally I wait until like July because I try to be seasonal. But then I thought about how the growing season for corn begins in May, and it's still April here, and it doesn't really peak until July, so I don't have high expectations of this corn. And I'm a little worried about what my husband will think, because my husband, Michael, grew up in Ohio, and he has some major corn pride. He's very serious about his corn, and if it doesn't taste as sweet as candy, and if the kernel isn't so delicate that it just pops in your mouth, he's gonna say, that's feed corn. Yeah, so, but I'm still gonna make the Poblano Corn Chowder anyway. No, Michael is absolutely right about the corn in Ohio. It is delicious, and I know because I lived there for 6 years, and I really looked forward to corn season. Just like when I lived in New Mexico, I looked forward to green chili season. It was the best. And what I really loved in Ohio was going to the festivals, especially the corn festival, because at the corn festival they back up these pickup trucks just full of the freshest corn, and then they roast them right there. Roast-nears is what they call them. And then they would dip them in little vats of butter and give them to you, just dripping with buttery sweetness and nostalgia. So special. So if you're into culinary tourism, if you're ever in Ohio in August or September, make sure you go to a corn festival, because it is a true Norman Rockwell experience, and the corn is so delicious. Oh, hi. I'm sorry, I didn't realize you were there. So we were talking about terroir, right? So our thought for today is going to be about terroir. The definition of terroir is the complete natural environment in which a particular wine is produced, including factors such as soil, topography, and climate. I don't believe that terroir just pertains to wine and grapes. I think it pertains to anything that comes from the land. Cattle, like meat, cheese, dairy products, they all have terroir influencing their flavor. It's one of the reasons why butter tastes different when you go to different countries. Now, I don't speak French, and I don't really know much about French culture. So I'm into wine, and I've worked in the wine industry. You know, from that knowledge, it seems that terroir goes way deeper than just the composition of the soil, temper of the climate, and the whether there's cliffs or not. Terroir is also, I mean, I'm just gonna say it's kind of a feeling too. Like there's a feeling involved. It's a very holistic word. It's a sense of being rooted to a certain place at a certain time And when the families of vineyards that have been owned by that family for several generations, when they speak of terroir, I think there's a spiritual component. They're not just talking about grapes. They're talking about the land as a sort of mother, as a mother to both them and the grapes. And because they've been working the land for centuries and depending on it for centuries, I think terroir describes everything from indigenous yeast to family feuds, generational differences, wars, the acceptance or rejection of new technology, everything that influences the flavor of those grapes. There is a historical record in the bottles of the wine. It contains evidence of whatever happened that year. Everything that has ever happened on that land influences the taste of your wine. The same goes with corn or green chili in New Mexico. And the same is true with Michael and his corn. He and the corn were nurtured by the same terroir. Their essences are intertwined. Well, I mean, I think we're all shaped by our terroir. We all have a shared history with the land that has challenged us and nourished us and has made us. It gives us a strong sense of identity. It also gives us a sense of being part of something bigger than us. Which is why I don't think big commercial farming and supermarkets are super good for our soul. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Okay, now we need to go make some Poblano Corn Chowder. The cilantro on it. Oh my gosh. It smells really good. Ooh! It's got a little bite to it. But I'll leave the recipe down in the description below. And also, if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to hit the like button. It really helps encourage me. Yeah, it helps, and it also encourages YouTube to show my videos to other people. Thank you so much for joining me today. I had so much fun, and I'm just so happy you're here. I will be back in a couple days making Moroccan chicken pie, chicken pastilla. I can't wait for that. I haven't had it since I was 12. See you soon. I gotta stop eating it because this is our dinner tonight. I will have already had my bowl by the time my husband comes home. But I can't stop. I realized that I forgot to put celery in it. I usually put celery in it, but it tastes great, fine without the celery. But if you want to put celery in it, go ahead. All right, I'm gonna go now. I'm really gonna go. I'm gonna, darn it. I haven't eaten all day. Okay, bye.